We're working. Motherfucker. It's that kind of day. It really, really is. For the people not here, I just pulled my laptop off of the screen and it knocked everything over. Man. I broke some stuff. Cool. I'll have to find his hand later. That's the kind of day it's been. Man, I cannot catch a goddamn break today. This whole weekend for that matter. Or this whole life. But fuck. Oof. Alright. He didn't come here to watch me destroy my streaming setup. Oh, mother. Hold up. Maybe you did, because I'm doing a really, really good job of it. 1 second. There we go. Oh my god. Man. What is this weekend? Alright. Well, when I'm not destroying everything, we're gonna be kit bashing a little bit today. I was gonna play Battletech today, but kind of everything in its brother is breaking today. So I haven't had like a minute to catch my breath today. So I did have a minute to clean everything up. So we're gonna skip English. Hey, we're going to play Battletech tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do for New Year's Day. We're gonna have some Murica Battletech. I'll play Clan Snack Cobra. Should be pretty fun. So I was gonna do today, but we'll do it on Murica Day instead. That makes more sense. So today we're gonna do some hobby stuff together. I'm going to start off, I'm going to show off some hobby projects that we had worked on together on the channel. Because they're almost done. So I just want to show those off. And then we're going to kit bash some space otters today. That's what we're going to do. I picked up the new Necromunda box of squats. Because the other squats are taking a long time to come out. And I don't really like the helmets on these squats, and I've been trying to find something to use these cool little otter heads on that I printed out, and I'll talk about those a little bit more as we get closer. But let's look at the stuff that we did that's completed for the streams, because I realize I don't often return to projects on the YouTube channel. Hello! Oh yeah, I realize I don't often return to projects. Like, I work on them on stream, and then like I don't often show them off. So this is all stuff that's been top coated. So this is the plague furnace, the like alchemical plague furnace that I was working on. Where it's like spitting out a bunch of sludge from the tank. And you got the I don't know, some kind of he's a plague priest. It's a plague priest there riding on it. So this was the basic plague furnace kit. That's a paint bottle. And then lots of 3D printing. Like all that's 3D printed and then kit bashed together. So these are different 3D prints that I put together, and then wires that I ran myself because they look cool. Little bells I 3D printed. This is a wire armature. We're going to be doing more of that today. And then over top of it's hot glue, and then over top of that for the like little splashy bits, that's matte medium. Yeah, this all been top coated. I need to finish the base for it, and then like hit this with like a wet, kind of like high gloss. And yeah, and then she's all done. So we'd worked on that a little bit previously in the channel, so I just wanted to show it off. We'd also worked on these Nurgle cultists. So these are the Nurgle cultists that I had worked on previously. These are all 3D printed, all kitbashed, from different parts of Malifaux Industries. So these guys, they're going to be for one-page rolls, but they're all Anvil Industry parts. There's men and women. Bunch of different poses, bunch of different things like that, which is really cool. So I've got 5 troopers. I like the guy with the big visor there. I think he's really neat. I got 5 troopers. And I actually have like a like commander for them who I haven't painted yet, but I 3D printed him up. So yeah, they're pretty fun. They're just Nurgle cultists for one-page rules, so I can spawn something besides zombies. If you're curious about the commander, I just broke him because of fucking course I did. It's that kind of fucking day. So there's the commander. He's got this like old style helmet, which I thought was really cool. This is actually just a free STL I found in my mini factory. I thought it was neat. And then that's his hand that I just broke off because of course I did. But yeah, he's pretty sweet. I like him. Then we're gonna put him over here. So I remember to glue him. Alright, other stuff. We were working on these guys together in the channel. These are my new set of Nurgle demons. I don't really like how this feather thing has come out, so I'm going to be repainting that. I did that originally in color shift paint, but just, I don't know. It's just not working for me, so I'm going to repaint that. But that's the sloppy bile piper. Give me 1 second. Alright, box I can put these guys in when they're all done. Blurp. And then just a couple different like commander kind of guys. Or demon kind of guys. So they're pretty fun. These ones I did all in one color, right? So their skin is one color. Usually I do multiple colors for my demon skin, but I have enough really of the other colors, and I thought the colors would look cooler if I did just one tone this time. So yeah, so these guys, they're meant to like fill out the horde a little bit more, I guess. So I'll probably mix these guys with the other unit of them I have. Actually, pretty good. Speaking of that, the Great and Clean one is coming along. He's got a ways to go still. I had to actually return to some of the seams on him because they were not. Once I had put any kind of wash on it, I realized how not filled properly they were. So I had to return to those. So I'm gonna have to repaint him. Not entirely. I should be able to fix these areas and then blend them into like the sludge. But he'll get washes and then more paint on top of that after he gets his washes. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Coming along, and give me a second Great and Clean one. This one's specifically Rodigus, but I could run it as whatever. But yeah, gotta fix those errors on him, and then he's good to go. He's ready to join the Rot Fiesta. Also, I believe we worked on this on the channel. This is my Nurgle Dreadnought. I pitted up the armor and took some chunks and stuff out of it. It's all magnetized. And I gave him this cool extra exhaust that I 3D printed. But yeah. And I think that's updates on everything we've shown off on the channel before. So I think we are good to rock and roll on the new hotness. Excuse me. So, what do we got here? Well, before I show that off, let me show this off. I needed to clear my head on Friday So I went over to the hobby shop, and they had a set of these Ironhead Squat Prospectors. These are the new squats from Necromunda. These are also models minus their heads. I don't like the helmets they have. They have these like big, really weird, fat, like Lord helmets. I'm not a big fan of it. A couple things to point out on these. A couple things that are worth pointing out. This arm here, you can actually, it's technically on a like a ball, so you can tilt it. It doesn't have to be 100% straight up and down. You can tilt it side to side. You'll see that on mine in a little bit because I tilted mine. Also, the backpacks. There's enough detail on the back of these models that if you didn't want the backpacks, you don't have to put them on. Like 100%, you don't have to put them on. They look perfectly fine without them. So, if we want to look at that, this is one of the runners. I saved one to go over on the channel, and I built another one just because I really wanted to build them. So, see, yeah, there's like this back of the Stormtrooper kind of design here. You can see that. It's got the little details inside that. That's pretty cool. I like that. But it also means you don't have to give them the backpacks if you don't want them to have the backpacks. I think the backpacks look cool, but if the backpacks are not your jam, you don't have to put them on, which is nice. Excuse me. God. Man, everything today's fucked. Alright. So what you're going to get in this box as far as weapon goes, you get a power fist, you get some kind of big maul weapon, you get two of this rifle here. That one there with that like roundish drum. You get one of this one where you can like see into the drum. It kind of looks like a shotgun. And then you're going to get 4 pistols. 3 of which are different. So you have a pair of matching pistols. You have one pistol by itself. And then you have one with a scope. Where's the one with the scope? It's on here. There it is. You get one with a scope. They all technically have different ends of the barrel. I think that's, and different magazines. I think that's how they're trying to show different weapons. But I mean, really, it's like, call it whatever you want. like if you want it to be an auto gun or a stub gun, fucking just call it. It doesn't matter. And then this one here is like a big, heavier machine gun kind of gun, which is pretty sweet. So you're not gonna get any melee weapons besides that power fist and besides the maul. So like pickaxes and like wrenches and stuff, the kind of stuff I really wanted these guys to have, you're not gonna get that on this bro, which sucks, but is what it is. Also, all of the weapons do have this like kind of compact, like, I don't know, like breach action kind of handle looking thing. They all have the same design, so if you don't like that, you're probably not going to like any of the weapons in this sprue. I think they're pretty cool. I think they're neat for like, I don't know, like trench sweepers or something kind of weapons. I think that makes them neat looking. I think they fit that kind of archetype because they're really not, they're clearly not made for range shooting. They're clearly made to like just like hold at your hip and fire into the horde kind of shot, which I think is pretty sweet. So, alright. So with that, let me show you the ones I built, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do. They come on these bases, so they do not come on Necromunda bases, which is kind of weird, in my opinion. But you do get 5 of these. I think these are 28s. I'm fairly certain these are 28 mil bases. I'm sorry. You actually get 10 of them for some fucking reason, although you only get 8 dwarfs. Alright, so let me show you the ones I've made so far. So I have made Big Machine Gun Guy. The big machine gun is cool. He's very cool. I've specifically left some of their pouches off. We'll talk about why in a minute. I have made this guy. This thing here is supposed to be a rock cutter. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It looks a lot more like a medical instrument, to be honest. But you can see how I tilted it to the side a little bit. It's because technically it's sitting on a ball joint. So you can do that. So I'm going to treat this guy as a medic. This is going to be my medic. I'm building these guys all for one-page rules, not for Necromunda, so. Then you got a guy with a scope. Thought the guy walking forward looked kind of cool because it's one of the few hands that's like directly pointing like it's going to shoot. So I went with him on that one. Not but not last. Not but not. Not last, but not least. Double pistol guy. So, double pistol dude's pretty cool. It would have been cooler if he had been like, but you know, this is okay too. I will say a lot of these guys have more passive kind of poses on the models than anything else. I wish some of their poses were more like active, more like they're actually shooting kind of thing. I thought that would be cooler. All right, so that leaves you with this. So I've got 3 rifles and a hammer and a power fist. That's pretty much what I'm going to build on the next set. So, excuse me. All right, now the fun parts. So I showed these off a minute ago, but these are really hard to see on the channel. These are tiny otter heads. These are from. Here's one that's yelling. He might show up a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. There we go. You can see pretty decent there. These are from a company called Duncan Shadow. In December 2021, he released an Otter Folk pack with a multi-part kit in it. The multi-part kit gives you the otters in a bunch of different pieces. It sadly does not give you their tails individually, but it gives you all of their heads individually. So I went ahead and I 3D printed these. Come on. Oh, that one showed up really nice. I 3D printed these at 120% scale. And I did that because once I build them little necks, they're going to fit in there just perfectly. And instead of squats, I'm going to have a whole little team of space otters. Which is very cool. And we're also going to build them tails, which is also very cool. So, we're going to work on these guys, make a couple space otters, and then maybe we'll build another squat or 2 as well. Or maybe we'll build a squat or 2, and then we'll work on the space otters. Yeah, let's do that, because then the squats have a little bit time to dry. Alright, so let's build a squat or 2 first, and then we'll work on the space otters. Because I gotta mix up green stuff anyway. So we'll build one of the ones with the machine gun. We'll build one of those. Alright, so these squats, their bodies and stuff all make sense on the runner, which is really nice. So this is one squat, that's one squat, this is one squat, that's one squat. It's really nice. They go together very logically. So we'll go ahead and we'll put one together. Just gonna nip these out. I want to show how they go together. Then we'll space otter, I guess. So all these guys go together the same way, but unfortunately they're all basically monopose. There's really no way around the monoposeness of these guys. So their bodies are all going to go together the same way with their legs. Now, being completely honest, I don't mind that at all. Because there's enough little gubbins, and the arms and the heads are separate. These, in my opinion, are really like pretty damn near like penultimate way to do this. So to do like the monopose models, because you get the whole guy, right? And then he's in a pose that makes sense, so you don't wind up with anything really wacky. And then you can do the arms however you want. So really, these are pretty much like, I think, the best way to do it. So the end, you'll wind up with a squat little boy, just like that. See? Legs go on, body goes on. That's what you wind up with. You do have a little gap here. I don't know why. I've just been hitting with a little bit of glue and it fills it in. Alright. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this guy on a base. And we will start space ottering. Because they go together just like that. Now we're gonna let's put his arms on him. Yeah, I said yeah. Yeah, we'll put arms on him. Why not? All right, arms are the same way. They make the same kind of sense. So like 41 is. Let's see. Let's do one of those standard rifles. Alright, so this one's 46. So I bet you that means the arms that go with it. By the way, all of the arms for the rifles are interchangeable. They are completely interchangeable for the rifles. So like if you want the rifle to be slightly posed slightly differently, you can do that. The poses on them is like extremely slight though. Like extremely slight difference. So, alright. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on the arms, right? I'm going to come back to this one, make sure we clean those nubs up. Like that. Like that. Oh, we got more nubs on there. And like that. So they've got these really cool, like, 1960s, like, arm cuff things. I like a lot. I think they're really neat. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So nice and easy. They go together really like a dream. Super nice. Super easy. Wonderful little squat guys. There he is, rushing forward with his blaster. Oop. Alright. Let's see what's bugging me now. Okay. Alright, let's pick a guy. We'll do the heavy machine gun guy first. And we're going to turn him into an otter. Going to turn him into an otter. So he needs two things. First off, he needs a tail, and second off, he needs an otter head. So otter head's already printed off, but we need to do tails. Now for the tails, I don't want them to like just be like flat sausages. Like I don't want them to be just be little flaccid sausages. So we're going to use wire for them. There we go. So nobody likes a flaccid sausage, so we're going to use wire for them. And we're going to drill them little buttholes, and we're going to stick our big rigid wire in their buttholes. Looking for one that I think is the right size. Is it that one? I think it's this one. There we go. I think this is the right size. It's not, it's damn close. Okay. So let's drill them a little butthole right here. We saw before that the bodies are hollow, so we don't actually want this to go all the way in. But of course I made it go all the way in. Okay, so this one's too big, so we're going to have to find a smaller one for the next guy. Okay? But since I made it go all the way in like a putt, we can figure out how long we want this tail to be. So if it goes in right there, you can say what, like right there? I think that's about right. Also, by the way, these are the GW nips. You're not actually supposed to use these for like metal wire and stuff, but they're not as nice as my actual plastic nips that I have. So I use them for wire and stuff because they're round and I don't know where my needle nose wire cutters are. Because otherwise I probably won't actually use those nips. So, alright. We're gonna lube up the hole and stick it in. Alright, and then after this dries, we can bend it into shape. Alright, so let's find a smaller one for the next guy so it'll have more resistance on it. Are these the same size? No, that one's bigger. That must be one of the ones like in the middle. Yeah. It's probably that. Or this. One of the two. No, it's not that. It's gotta be that. I'm just gonna keep on drilling in little buttholes. So another guy, another butthole. Okay. Oh, that one's too small. Hi. You think I would mark these things, right? Is it this one? Maybe it's that one. I have one of these that's like literally the perfect size for this wire. You think I would mark it? No, that one's too big too. Motherfucker. Alright, that's fine. dry for a minute. Sure, do we want to keep going? We might as well keep going. Let's keep going. Keep working our way through our bits. I actually don't. Maybe I don't have one that's the perfect size. I swore I did though. Maybe I'm thinking of the other stiffer wire I have. I've got a couple different gauges of wire in that box. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, because this I think is way too small. But we'll try. Another guy, another butthole. And he holds a goal. Yeah, it's way too fucking small. No, that's perfect. Oh my god. Knew I had a perfect size one. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, that's perfect. Hell yeah. Cool. You can put a little glue on it just to make sure it holds though. Zunk. We'll pose these around once they're done gluing. There we go. Another guy, another bottle. There we go. Cool. There we go. Alright. Cool. So, while those are gluing, we'll get our green stuff together. Now, sorry for wiggly camera. My belly was pressed up against the table and I did not realize. Oh. A decent amount of green stuff. This is not real green stuff. This is cheap Chinese knockoff from Amazon, but it does the job. And it is like a fifth of the cost. So we're going to have to green stuff two areas. One, we're going to have to green stuff their tails, and the other one is we're going to have to green stuff all their necks. So we're going to do all their necks first, and then we'll do the tails, because by then the tails probably have dried enough that we can bend the armature a little bit. Alright. There we go. Alright. So my plans for the necks, not particularly fancy. It's pretty much just plop. And that's the plan for the necks right there. Adjust my camera and my seat a little. And then we're going to pick an otter head. So this one here is just a regular otter head. This one is a kind of yelling otter head. This one is an angry otter head. I like that one. This one is a curious otter head. That one's another curious otter head. I pretty much printed like 2 of each, or 3 of each. That one's another kind of yelling otter head. Really yelling otter head. Regular otter head. I've said the phrase otter head so many times. Kind of yelling otter head. That one's just a regular otter head. That one is that? Or is this? Yeah, it's right there. And then inquisitive. Okay. So I don't think I want this guy like screaming, right? But I do think if he's like, "Wah!" I think that's cool, right? And boom. Pull it up a little bit. There's your head right there. Alright. Sort out the green stuff a little bit in there. Or with green stuff, you always have to make sure your tools are wet or they'll stick. And if they stick, you're just going to end up pulling your green stuff up. Yeah. There's our little... Whoop, sorry. There's our little space otter. Ready to kick ass and eat fish. Alright. Let's see. This one just a regular otter head. That one has a print error. That one's good. We'll use that one. So the print error I mentioned in that otter head, by the way, is a I did not let it dry long enough before I started to cure it. So there was a little bit of liquid resin, like water, that was still in the model, looks like. So it actually filled in part of one of the eye sockets. There we go. I'm just going to take my knife and go around the neck, just make sure it has lots of surface contact, just like that. Wind up. Another great little space otter. Da, 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 da. You could, if you wanted to make these yourself, you could probably print the heads 1 pip smaller, so like 115%, and you might get a slightly better result. But I do like the big heads. It is pretty cute, I'm not gonna lie. Go. Alright, and this one I think I actually want to be another yelling otter head, but not like the screaming otter head. So go ahead and make sure there's lots of surface area with my knife, just like that. Just like that. Wow. And this guy, I think I want this guy to be one of the inquisitive otter heads. So that one's a little soft detail, so let's look at this one. There we go, that one printed really well. We'll do that one. That's why I always print out extra for little bits like this, because a lot of, like, I don't think I've ever printed a large mini and had a print error that wasn't like my fault in some way. But a bunch of these, when you print really tiny bits and stuff, I feel like they are very prone to print errors that aren't necessarily your fault. You know, like most of the time, almost every print error can be fully avoided, right? But I feel like these things are prone much more commonly to, like, just like small accidents and stuff. I think they're more prone to that. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't on camera there. I'm gonna tab this down. Make sure there's good surface connection everywhere. Clean up that nub I missed. I'll try to give this guy some kind of like robot monocle or something. That would be pretty cool. After we do their tails, we'll have a look at some bit boxes. See if we can find anything good. I'm just not... it's not feeling the position of this head on this one. We need a little bit more green stuff in there. That's a little bit too much green stuff. Oh, the other three went perfectly, and then you know there's got to be a problem with one of them, right? You just know there's got to be a problem with one of them. Go. That. There we go. That's perfect. Go around, make sure it's connected to everything. When I paint these, the green stuff, I'm going to just paint like cloth. Right? It'll be like the insides of their suit kind of deal. Nice! There we go. So I do know I want that one to have a yelling head. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. There's some crap in this one. So although this guy doesn't have his tail yet, we know we want him to have the yelling head, so we'll go ahead and we'll put it on. It's okay. How's the detail on this one? Is this one the detail better? That one's probably got better detail. He is a very, very angry boy. But he needs some more, a little bit more green stuff. Alright, so now we are we're rocking. Right, so we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna set this guy aside, and we're gonna do one of their tails. Partly because I need to mix up more great stuff. There's some bit of little trash plastic that got stuck in the green stuff. There it goes. Cool. Alright. So, what is the plan here? The plan here is to basically make a sausage, right? We're going to make a little donger like that. Now we're going to stick it on their butt. So, and that's pretty much going to be the tail, just like that. I'm just going to stick it down the wire. And it's probably going to get deformed a bunch, but we want it on the wire. I pushed his head in by accident. Fix that. There we go. And we want it on the wire because it'll give it some rigidity. That's what we want. All right. Now we can start shaping it more. Let's get it connected up to the body first off. So just like this. In retrospect, it might have been easier to put these on the wire and then stick the wire in the body. But too late now. I have not done this before, so it's going to take me a little bit of concentration. Just trying to figure out how to get the shape, you know? I mean, it worked perfectly when I rolled it in my hand, but getting it on the wire kind of totally killed it. So, I'm wondering if the wire is actually just a bad idea. Yeah, because that's going to be lumpy as hell. It's going to be super lumpy. Maybe the wire's a bad idea. I like the idea of support, but like, if it's going to fucking ruin the shape. Alright, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to have the best of both worlds here. Alright. That's what we're going to try to do. Oh, sorry. I was really leaning on the camera there. Did not intend that. Okay. We're going to try to have the best of both worlds here. I'm going to make ourselves a donger on the stick. And we're going to shove it onto the otter. It'll allow us to shape it here where it's nice and easy. And we can get a good tail shape going without it being too weird. Where's the end of the wire? Right there. Okay. Also trying to not like make it too. You know what? There we go. This is way harder than I thought it would be. Man, I thought shaping these tails would be really easy. Guess not. Now I made a dog neck. Great. Alright, let's try that. We can shove that in the hole there. Oh, shit. my disappointment at me squishing the tail, which I don't know if you guys saw that. That's what happened when I tried to shove that wire in. Alright. Alright, real talk. There's got to be a really easy way to do this. It's just making a little sausage and then putting this wire in the hole. Cannot be that hard. Okay, there we go. How the hell are we going to get it in there? Without squishing it. Okay. Alright, real talk, I think the wire's a mistake. I think there was good intentions with using the wire, but I don't think it's worked out. I think it's adding way more hassle than it's rewarding us with. I think the juice is not worth the squeeze on the wire. Right, so if I just do that, right, that's the weird chunk there. Right. Sorry, I'm probably off camera. I am, well, the camera moved slightly too. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, why does it keep making little, like, dick tips? I don't want a little dick tip on the other tail. Arrgh. That's a big fucking tail. Alright. Now we can attach it to the body. Sorry, I keep pulling the model up to my face. I'm trying to do a good job with it, but at the same time, like, I'm also pulling it off camera. Oh, alright, that's not bad at all. Now we gotta fix his head because I messed it up while I was fucking with his tail. There we go. And that's one completed little space otter. He's got his, get rid of it. We don't need that. Nice. Well, that's one completed space otter. Now, we can actually take these a little bit step further. Touch up the sculpt a little bit here and there. Alright, so we can take these a little bit step further. And we're going to go... I have it on the desk. before I head on the desk somewhere. Okay, that's fine. So we're in the bag? Yeah, I put it in the bag. Cool. Alright. So each one of these guys gets like a little like set of tools that's supposed to go in the back of his belt. But we don't have backs of the belts anymore. Because now we have tails, right? So you wouldn't see that spot. However, what we can do is we can put it on the tail. So we're going to make a little detail around that. As my inevitable future self, Magatheta, Builder of Worlds, says, we're going to go digging through the cack after this. So, there's a hard piece in here. I'm going to pull it out. That is one of the problems with this this cheaper green stuff. You do get these hard pieces in it, but like this stuff is like literally a fifth of the price. So, not that green stuff is particularly expensive, but like, you know, you can save your hobby money where you can. You know what I mean? Save your hobby money where you can. Where you can. Alright. So we're going to have enough to do another tail at least. I have to figure out who to give it to. Probably going to give it to the guy without wire in his ass, because then I don't have to deal with the wire. Probably have enough here for 2 tails, really. Fuck. Alright. What we want to do is I want to take a little tiny bit of this right here. A little tiny bit of this green stuff. Alright. I'm going to roll it up into really thin little sausage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the thin little sausage on the tail like that. Right. I'm going to plap it down and make sure it goes all the way around like that. All the way around to where you can't see it anymore. Right, now I basically made like a cock ring for his tail, right? But the nice thing is, that now gives me a logical place to put these little pouches. So I can now stick these on here, like that. And now he logically has little pouches on his tail. And I'm just going to make sure they are all logically well connected up. Might actually have to use a little bit of glue for this one. There's not going to be enough like surface connection on it to not use glue, so it's fine. There we go. Tiny bit of glue on his little tail pouch, which now has like a wire going around it, which is what we want. Alright, so now there's like a logical band for it to be connecting to. And there we go. There you go. And he's got a cute little baggie of gear in his tail, which is adorable. And I messed his head up again. There we go. There we go. There's our first fully completed Space Otter. The heavy gunner guy. He's got his custom otter head. He's got a tail with a little pouch and some grenades and stuff on it. And it's super adorbs. And since we have the green stuff out now, I'm going to make some more tails. So we're going to do the angry running guy that we made first. Sorry, I'm probably off camera again. Just trying to wrangle the green stuff there. Sure. I'm going to let this one touch on the back of the leg there. So I think it'll just give it a little bit more support. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's good. And these tails, they're just going to be painted up the color cloth, right? Because these are like working suits, right? If you were a space otter, you wouldn't like have your tail hanging out of your like mining suit. That would be a that would just be a recipe for something bad gonna happen to your tail. You know what I mean? So like, if you were a space otter, you wouldn't download a car. You know what I mean? Sorry, we became like 1990s, like, or like early 2000s, like, anti-piracy ads there for a second. My brain was just rebooting, I guess. Alright, yeah. There he is with the tail. Alright. 2 space otters down. I'm going to put the completed ones. I'm going to put them over here so I don't bump into them. Alright. I guess there's a lot here. We could probably do 2 tails out of this. Alright. Yeah, the wire was a good idea, but it just did not work out. Those other guys have pretty fucking massive tails, so I'll try to rein the size of the tail in. Oh yeah, that's like perfect. Look at that. So yeah, there's my medic. That up. Okay. Just smooth it out so we can keep that good banana shape, you know? I don't necessarily mind them like being big enough to touch the ground like that, because that will just give it another point of support. I think that's probably good. Yeah, there we go. Space Otter number 4. You're number 39 lucky today. Our promo team is giving away on Twitch. We'll provide you with views and subscribers on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Have a good broadcast. The irony of a bot asking me if I'm tired of advertising and telling me they will help with it while advertising to me. That's like a mindfuck. You know what I mean? It's like knocking someone down and then kicking them in the face and then being like, "Are you tired of being kicked in the face? If so, we can help." You know? That's what that's like. Alright. In the words of my eventual future self, let's go dig into the CAC. This is my Necromunda CAC. That's what this is. I keep all of my Necromunda stuff separated out. Just because, like, sometimes you really need, like, Necromunda bases or whatever, right? So I keep all that stuff separated out. Or it'd be like, okay, well, here's a monster I'm working on for my Flesh Eater Quartz. Not Flesh Eater Quartz, my, Chainsaw Boys. Alright, here is, what is this? This is Space Skaven. Here's an Ambot. This might also be an Ambot. It is, yeah. This is an Ogre. There's a complete Ogre in there. One of these Ambots is from a friend. A friend gave it to me when he bought some. This is House Zalak. Then we have Goliath, House Goliath here. A really nice hammer on there. House Goliath. Alright. Then we've got, this is the one I really wanted to look at. This is the Orlocks. Another bag of police in here. Got another bag of bases. Wow, that's really handy actually. And this is the rest of the ladies, right? No, this is the blood courts. And some Ambot sprues and yeah, so this is my Necromunda CAC box. I keep it separate from everything else. Ugh. Just because, like, if you want bits that match one of the gangs, like, it makes sense to be like, oh, I need bits from that gang kind of thing. Alright, so let's look at House Orlok, see if there's any bits on here. So all these guys are built, so all these runners are just bits at this point. So, let's see if there's anything good on here. Making one of these guns a flamethrower would be cool. Or the double long barrels from that shotgun. That would be really cool. Or flamethrower. It's another hammer. There's a big flamethrower. That's cool. Yeah, having a guy with like a big flamethrower would be really cool. Some Melta we could use on here. Chainsword, the hands are too small on that. This and turning it into like a grenade launcher could be kind of cool. That could be kind of neat. got another double barrel there. That could be like a shotgun. Another double barrel shotgun. Got a bunch of knives we could use. And there's a big machine gun. That doesn't really... Hello! How are you doing? Oh, we could give one of them this big harpoon launcher. That could be pretty cool. So, like... Harpoon launcher could be pretty rad. And then we've got a bunch of grenades and stuff as well for extra equipment if we want to use those for the space otters. And then these guys are a little bit more... There's a bunch of explosives. We'll probably definitely take those. Yeah, these guys are a little bit more like industrial, so I thought they might be a good source of bits. Yeah, there's explosives. I think we'll definitely be taking those. Alright, kind of stressed, but I'm pulling through. I feel you there. Yeah. The world's pretty crazy right now. And, yeah. It's just like everybody's going nuts. There's not really a whole lot to do about it either. So, but we can build some models and have some fun. You know? We can build some space otters. Alright, so let's build the other space otters. We got 3 more to build. I do like the idea of one of them having that harpoon launcher. So let's build him. Let's build the harpoon launcher guy. Yeah. When I get stressed, I like the hobby. It helps me take my mind off of it, you know. There's a lot of craziness going on where I can come here and I can do something totally silly where none of that matters, you know. I can just sit here and I can build space otters. Or if I'm like working on a specific thing, I can be like, all that matters right now in this fucking insane world is that I paint this guy's boots, you know, and have a little bit of that control of real life back. And I find that that helps a lot, you know. You just let your brain like walk through like the process, right, and the projects, and you just let it go, you know. Try not to fuss over it too much. Just let your brain explore. That's what your brain wants to do. That's why your brain really likes new stimulus. That's why stuff like doom scrolling and all is so prolific. Because that's what your brain is doing. It's just hunting for new stimulus. But the problem is that you're not really feeding it well when you do that, right? Like when you're doom scrolling like that, because you're essentially giving your brain stimulus, but you're giving it empty stimulus. Observation, right, without interaction, is not what your brain wants. Your brain doesn't want to just sit there and observe all the time. It wants to interact. It wants to like connect. It wants to talk. Like, your brain inherently wants to do these things. So, like, if you just sit and watch memes and stuff all day, yeah, it's actually worse for you. But if you do that while interacting, that's pretty good. And you got a nice, you know. It's one of the reasons I like to stream, you know. A bunch of people have come on the stream before, and they're like, wow, you're talking away and there's no one in your chat. I'm like, well, you know, I'm not really surprised, right? Like, I'm not really doing this to like get a lot of attention or to be my job or anything like that, right? Like, so, you know, it is what it is, right? There's nobody watching, there's nobody watching. I'm still going to talk. Because it's that interaction, right? And, like, since COVID, you know, a lot of that interaction's been missing for a lot of people. You know? I haven't gone out and played in probably a month now. Got in contact with a custom model molder since making a non-licensed and free Mass Effect cable turn-based RPG board game. I sent the guy $50 for prototypes and concept designs of minis. I want, I'll know where the dude goes to me. And free so I can avoid a lawsuit from you. I'm debating that. Hold on, processing. I mean, that does really suck. That does super suck. I don't know if making it free is enough to not get a cease and desist order. You might be better starting with a free rule set and making rules instead of models. You like rules that match Mass Effect. You might be better doing that. So there's GURPS that could do that pretty well, or you could make a like module for one-page rules. Both of those would probably be pretty well. Like I think you could do both those probably pretty easy. But yeah, it definitely sucks, dude. It is definitely also a weird era for 3D modeling right now. Just because so many people are doing it like via the Patreon model and stuff. So like a lot of the really good sculptors and stuff, they just don't need the work, right? So kind of interesting. It's kind of the golden age right now for independent sculptors and stuff. Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, you do you, dude. Like if you wanna try to make it as close to it as possible, go for it. I'll be super honest, I don't know anything about Mass Effect, so like can't really offer any insight there at all. I played like maybe 30 minutes of the first game and then was like, no, I'm good. I used to love BioWare games when I was growing up. But I don't know. They just don't really appeal to me anymore. A lot of those things that like where you have to like interact with NPCs and stuff a lot, I'm usually not super interested in that. These days, I don't really have a lot of interest in just like standing there and talking to an NPC. It's one of the reasons I got the last dragon. What was it? Dragon. God, I am really blanking on words. It's their fantasy game with the ghouls that come out of the ground every like 20 years. Dragon Fall, Dragon Quest, Dragon Reach, Dragon something. It's their fantasy game. That one is very fun. I loved the first one. The story was amazing. But I played the most recent one. I tried playing it twice. And both times I quit at the same point where it starts to get really like RPG-y, like interacting with NPCs and stuff. Both times I quit right there because I just was not in the mood for it. Alright, we got some backpacks. Okay. So let's clip that harpoon gun out. If it took for one for the I'll fully admit that it's something I have not looked into at all. But if you have, go to town, dude. Many things, but a copyright lawyer is not one of them. Alright. I like the idea of the harpoon. I don't know what kind of rolls I'll give it yet, but I don't know what kind of rolls I'm going to give these guys in general yet for one-page rolls. There we go. So they're going to be something for one-page rolls, but I don't know what yet. So, alright, let's look at this here. We got, let's see, let's use this gun as the base. This is what, 40? Means we're looking for like 38 and 39 or something like that. Yep. Right there. Alright. So we definitely have to have the hands. Because these dwarfs have really big hands. Giggity. So what we're probably going to have to do is we're probably going to have to like nip it off like right there. That's what we're probably going to have to do. Or even better, we might just be able to nip the gun out. Like this lower part of the gun, and we might be able to just cut all that off. Let's try that out first. Switch into the big boy nips. Cut the drum out. Should be able to pull it out now. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, if I'm thinking about the last board game I saw, or tabletop game I saw based on a video game, it's probably Bunkers and Badasses. I heard that came out a while ago, or went on Kickstarter or something a while ago. Alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to clip further into this, I think. Maybe what we do is actually we cut down the maybe we cut down this instead. So maybe we do... Getting dangerous up in here. Shit. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna trim that down a little bit more. That should solve our problems. I'm gonna have to cut the end of the spool off so we can move it down so the thing will connect. There we go. There we go. Alright. Let's get it glued up. And we'll probably have to fill in a little after it's all glued. That's okay. That's okay. And there we go. You've got a harpoon gun. Now we can glue the hands up and put it on somebody. Taking off those little nubs like we did when we built the first guy. Fuck. Sorry. Rip the entire harpoon off the harpoon gun. There we go. Go. Yeah, I like the idea of the otters having a harpoon gun. I think that's fun. I'm not sure what I'll count it as yet, but I'm actually not sure what I'm going to use these guys as for one-page rules yet anyway. Yeah. So that's pretty fucking boss. Yeah, that's pretty fucking boss, I'm not going to lie. Alright, well I'm probably going to call it there. Because I think, oh man, I've been streaming for an hour and a half already. Jesus. Building space otters. Time flies. Let's take a look at the space otters we did. So, we put the head and the tail on this guy. Oh shit, I'm totally off camera. I forgot I zoomed in. So we put the head and the tail on this guy. So due to the pistol, this is our medic here, looking inquisitorially at you. That's the only thing I really care about as far as the heads go, is that their chins don't lay on the collar. It's the only thing I really care about. I don't want the heads to lay on, the chins to lay on the collar. So and there's our heavy gunner. He has a really big fat tail. And then we have this guy who also has a big fat tail, and he's our running forward, screaming machine gunner guy. Nice. And there we go. That is the Space Otters that we got completed today. I will finish up the other 4. I'm going to do a melee one. Probably the hammer and power fist, just to do it. Maybe I will. I don't know. I might do another machine gun, and then I might do a shotgun. Or I might do a shotgun and a flamethrower. Might be cool. I don't know. Haven't gotten that far yet. But we'll go ahead and we'll call it there. Thank you guys for watching me build Space Otters today. I am going to try to do Battletech tomorrow. So we'll be playing Battletech Alpha Strike hopefully tomorrow. Which will be really fun. Yeah, it should be really cool. So that's what we'll try to do tomorrow. We'll see if we actually get to it, but it'll be fun. I can break out my clan Snack Cobra guys and have a good time playing some Battletech. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys for watching, and keep on keeping on.